Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Today, we're going to do the mid-year chicken tag.
That we are. This tag was co-created by Harriet Rosie and Dane Reeds, and you can find their originals below. Let's get into it.
I'm Jessica.
I'm Christeena.
And you're watching
Game of Tomes.
How many books have you read so far this year?
26.
34.
Good job.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. My goal was 50, so
You're well on your way.
Yeah.
Okay, right on.
But I made that.
Before work?
No, I made it after.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could do it.
Mm-hmm. I always mark for my Goodreads challenge goal for one book.
I did that last year.
Yeah.
I don't remember how many I read
just like
last year,
seeing how much I read. I don't really care about the quantity.
Yeah. I might go and change it now that I'm working because I feel like
Does it put pressure on you a little bit?
I never check it, so.
Okay.
No.
All right. Okay, number 2. What is your favorite book you read so far this year?
I forgot what I wrote down. Oh, I said Endurance by Scott Kelly.
Dude, me too!
I love that book.
Yeah, me too. We both listened to it on Audible. Scott Kelly narrates it. He is an astronaut, and he was like the first person to spend an entire consecutive year on the International Space Station. Mm-hmm. And the book is all about him, how he became an astronaut, and what his experience was like on the ISS.
Yeah, you have the dual timelines of what he did before he was an astronaut and what he did on the ISS. And he does talk about like when he comes back and his family and things like that. So excellent book. And it really, I watched a lot of stuff about space for a long time afterwards.
I did too. Yeah, I still am.
Yeah, and he is a twin, and his twin was also in space and is an astronaut, but not as long as Scott Kelly did. So he is part of that experiment of like seeing what the long-term differences are and what it does to your body.
And DNA.
And DNA and things like that. Yeah,
cool. And
super interesting.
My favorite part of the book was when he described like what a terrible student he was in elementary and high school and even into college until he realized that he wanted to become an astronaut, and he really applied himself and turned all his stuff around and was very goal oriented.
Yeah.
And he also talks about his personal life and his marriages and his children, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's really, really well done, and he was a great narrator too.
He did a great job.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3. Most disappointing read of this year for me.
I looked at. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Was Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman.
I didn't put that because I didn't finish it.
Okay.
And I didn't get very far into it whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. I really love Neil Gaiman's writing, and the concept of an angel and a demon teaming up together to save the world from apocalypse was a really cool idea. And I will be watching the TV show, which is out now, and I haven't yet, but it looks really good. So I'm gonna hold out for that.
Right.
But yeah, the book I just didn't enjoy.
I couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
And it was kind of confusing for me. On audio is how we listened to it.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So.
They didn't really differentiate between chapters, and it would just go from scene to scene, and
it was, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not the best way to read it, I think.
I agree.
I actually said The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, Volume 2.
Okay.
And I didn't really have any books so far that I've been, like, really disappointed with. But that one was just kind of like,
it didn't live up to the first one.
Yeah. And I love the first one so much. And then, so this one was just kind of like,
it was okay.
Yeah. I think I still gave it 3 stars.
Yeah.
But, I was just, like, wanting a little more.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked more about that in our wrap-up.
Right.
Whenever that was.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sorry, guys. But, I mean, again, I didn't hate it. I still enjoyed it.
Yes.
It's just, I had to pick something for this question, so that's what I landed on.
I feel you. Number 4, what genre have you read most this year? And for us, it is fantasy again.
No surprise.
Yes.
Well, last year when we did this, yours was sci-fi.
No, it was fantasy, and then sci-fi tied for second with historical fiction.
Oh, okay, my bad. Sci-fi is my second as well, so I mean, no surprise there.
Oh, for me, it's a memoir.
Oh, interesting.
Memoir / nonfiction.
Right.
But anywho, yeah.
Cool.
We read widely across the board, but we pick up a lot of fantasy.
Yeah, that's just what we gravitate towards.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Surprise.
Bye-bye. Speaking of surprises, name a Oh, that's the wrong one. I thought I would smoothly transition.
That was so good, though.
Anyway, name a favorite newly discovered author.
I almost put her.
Mira
as well.
Grant is what I said.
But that's a pen name.
It is a pen name
for
somebody else.
Dang it!
Her real name.
We've read other books by her, right?
No, we haven't. Every Heart a Doorway.
Shauna McGuire.
Yes, is her real name. I haven't read those books.
I haven't either.
Nor have I read any other Mira Grant, which is
I haven't either.
the name she writes like horror under.
Yeah. I would read more Mira Grant. I don't know if I want to read Shauna McGuire. I would give it a chance.
I would read it.
But I would definitely read more Mira Grant, for sure.
I wasn't interested in reading Every Heart a Doorway until I read
I know, but that's the thing
book.
is like that's a whole different genre.
I know, but it's a genre I like.
I know, but I still don't know. I'm still not like sold on it.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm not saying like if you get the audio, I'll probably listen to it anyway. But like I'm not gonna pay for it.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
Okay, so I actually said Jessica Townsend. She wrote The Trials of Morgan Crow. I read that, and Wondersmith, the second
sequel.
one. Yes.
Okay.
I forget the titles. But I just ended up really enjoying those middle grade novels. And so I was like, oh, and I've never read anything by her before.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I need to get to that one.
Excellent book.
Because I've heard just great, awesome things.
Yeah, so that leads into the next question because that's
Which
related.
is, name the most surprisingly good book you've read.
I said The Trials of Morgan Crow because it was middle grade and I tell myself all the time, like, oh, middle grade's not really my thing, but then I give it 5 stars. I loved it. I thought it was so good. It was like Harry Potter-esque. I've heard a lot of people describe it, and it was just a lot of fun, and I was really into it.
Awesome.
And I didn't expect to be at all, so that was very surprising, for sure.
Sweet. I was most surprised by Descender, which is a graphic novel about an AI and lots of adventure. I wasn't expecting to love it so much. Just like, and I've said previously, it was like the most I've been into a graphic novel since Saga, which was a really big deal. And yeah, it's just not every day that you can pick up a graphic novel and just be like in it, you know? And I was in it, and that's really cool. Number 7, name your favorite and most anticipated 2018 releases. So, favorite.
Well, 2019 would be this year.
My bad, yeah.
We're reading the questions from last year.
Okay. So my favorite one so far has to be Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid.
That came out in March.
Yes.
We listened to the audio.
It was very good. It was a full cast.
Yeah, which is great.
Uh-huh.
Interview style.
Yeah, of band mates, and you learn how they became a band and how they made like the greatest album of all time together and that sort of thing. And it's loosely based off of Fleetwood Mac's story, which is pretty cool. I love me some Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah. So it is set in like the 70s. Kind of era.
Lots of sex, drugs, rock and roll.
Yes.
Kind of deal. It was very enjoyable.
Yeah, it was.
Yes. Sweet. And then the one I'm most excited to read in the future is The Starless Sea. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
By Erin Morgenstern. Listen.
Yeah. She
wrote The Night Circus, which is one of my favorite books of all time. And I know absolutely nothing about The Starless Sea, but I know that I will be reading it. And I don't care what it's about. Yeah. I kind of just want to just read it and know nothing about it except for the title.
I don't know what it's about either, but we did watch Sam from Thoughts on Tone when she got the arc of it at BEA, I think. And yeah, I was like,
it's just time.
And I saw the cover of it, and the cover looks really cool.
The cover's okay. It's fine. I'm glad you like it.
I was like, it looks really cool. The cover's fine. It's okay. I would say same. I literally wrote same because same. Yeah.
Number 8. What's your next big priority for your reading? We're just going to be keeping on. Yeah. But we did write down some books that we want to read this year together.
Yes.
By the end of 2019. Excuse me. Which include, number 1, A Spell for Chameleon by Piers Anthony, which is a book that was a childhood favorite of mine, introduced and loved by my mother and I. Yeah.
And we read The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan, which was a childhood favorite of mine, introduced by my mother.
And then, we're going to be co-hosting Tome Infinity and Beyond round 3. And each team we're leading Team Warfare. This is not an announcement, but just what's going to be happening
will come later
in the future.
Yeah.
And the book we're going to be reading, this is in September, is Ancillary Justice.
Yeah.
So if you haven't read Ancillary Justice yet and you want to, you could come
be on
join
our
us,
team.
yeah, in September and
Yeah.
read it with us.
Yep.
That'd be super cool.
More details will come later.
Yeah.
So.
I was thinking maybe like we could start like a buddy read Voxer group.
Oh,
or
yeah.
like maybe I could do like a reading vlog.
Ooh, yeah.
I've never done that before.
I think there's some cool ideas we can do with this to really get everyone involved, you know. Yeah.
Right.
We could break it down like per chapter and have like a big discussion group.
We could do that.
For whoever wants to, you know, do that with us.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, they can read it on their own, you know, of course. But
totes.
Anyway.
Okay.
We'll let y'all know.
Yes. And then we're going to BookNet Fest also in September. And so before that happens, there are 2 book club books or like discussion books that we are going to discuss at BookNet Fest.
Mm-hmm.
One's a middle grade novel, which is Midsummer's Mayhem by Rajani LaRocca. It's supposed to be like a twist on A Midsummer Night's Dream is what I've heard, which is great. Is my favorite Shakespearean play. And baking, she enters like a baking competition or something.
Yeah, I didn't read the description of it.
It looks really cute, and I'm excited about it. And then the other one looks like a thriller. I don't know what that one's about exactly. Yeah. It's called A Danger to Herself and Others by Alyssa Scheinmel.
I kind of started to read the description of it, and it's like what I gather, she's locked into an institute, and there's like no doors, no walls, like she shouldn't be there. Like, I don't know. I didn't read the whole thing because like we generally like to just go in blind to books.
Yeah.
But that one looks really good too. It's been a while since I've read a good thriller horror novel, so
cool.
Yeah.
We have book club this Friday, and I'm gonna suggest it for book club. Maybe it'll get
picked. That'd be awesome. I mean, I'd vote for it.
Cool. Number 9. What's been your bookish highlight?
BNF.
It hasn't happened yet.
No.
But it will this year.
But we bought tickets for it. We bought meet and greet ticket for it.
Yeah.
And we were so excited because we've talked about going for like the last 2 years, and it's always just been one of those like, can't do it, or kids, you know, and money and whatever. But this year we were like, boom, done. We're going.
Right. And
we're gonna go with Megan from Tome Infinity, our BFF in real life. We're all gonna carpool, which, okay, I love road trips. I love long car rides with people. It's just my jam. I've always loved doing that. Mm-hmm. So I'm very, very excited. We're gonna meet like a ton of people, a lot of you guys that we have had relationships with for like going on like 3 years now or something like that. Yeah. So I'm very excited.
I'm super excited. And also, when we get there, Sam from Sarcasm and Sci-Fi is going to be rooming with us.
Yeah.
Which is
It'll
great.
be big old slumber party.
10 is Who Do You Tag? And we would like to tag Jenna from Bibliofilth,
Scott from Book Invasion,
and Brews and Reviews. That's Kat. Yeah.
Awesome. I was also going to say, Scott's also going to be our co-host on Team Warfare.
That's right. Yep. He's going to be reading Ancillary Justice with us.
Team Warfare. He really hypes it up, and I like that a lot.
He does. That's it from us.
Yep.
Thanks for watching. When you play the game of
That's not my line. You read or you die.
Come be our friends. Social media links in the description below.
And we hope you're reading a great book.
Bye.
Bye.
What am I doing?
Just why are you holding it so close to cinder?
Oh, surprising. Okay, hold on. I got something in my eye. That's why. Just give me a second.
What have I done? Just keep bringing it closer and closer.
Oh, just throw it on the ground.
Man. Good reach. Good reach. Good reach. All right. What was your most surprising?
Wait!
Okay, you're not done. Does that sound organic when I say that?
No? Okay.
All right.
How's my eye look? Normal?
Yeah.
I'm fine. Everything's fine.